Let's just admit the Fortune 500 are all going to use Grok. Can we just... Because Grok for Enterprise is coming in 2026, everybody. Just
porn for everybody. Porn for everybody.
Porn biker bars in every Fortune 500 business.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. The future's so bright. We got to wear shades. Hey, kids, it's the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel. Welcome to the jungle, Cheeseman.
This is Chad. Party like it's 1989. So, Wash.
And this is Lieven, not being replaced by a robot yet.
And on this episode of HR's Most Dangerous Podcast, it's our prediction episode. And always remember, kids, predictions are never wrong. They just haven't happened yet. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Feel good.
And we're back.
Okay, Matt, every CEO should do one of these. They should. It's a 2026. 2026 calendar. These are ridiculous. I love it. So how's it going, boys? How's 2026? Obviously, it's very
great.
sexy.
It's great. Yeah, it's off to a great start. Geopolitical meltdown. I love it, dude. Can't wait for the rest of the year.
I gotta tell you, it does. 2026 feels like 1989. And here's why. So for all you kids out there who watch Stranger Things, if you're a child of the 80s, you grew up in the 80s, it feels so close. You're riding the bikes. I mean, in especially Midwest, America, Stranger Things is like on point. Well, no spoilers, but in the finale, some of the kids graduate and it's 1989. And you and I, Joel, we graduated in 1989. I'm watching this.
Another summer. Get down.
I'm watching this on TV like it's watching my own fucking graduation. It's fucking surreal. Mm-hmm. And then I'm digging into my attic, right? And I find cassette tapes. Yes, I still have some of those. And I from the late 80s and early 90s, which literally brought back memories of my senior year of high school, driving fast, jumping my buddy's car on the back roads of Mansfield, Ohio, while listening to Tesla and Def Leppard. But then months later after that, driving across the Bridge of Americas in Panama and Central America with a bunch of my newly formed friends singing Youth Gone Wild from Skid Row. And then this week, this whole Venezuela thing happens and all the news outlets start talking about how this is like Operation Just Cause, which happened in December of 1989 in Panama when we ousted Manuel Noriega. And I was fucking there, dude. This has been the most 1989 year, other than 1989, I've ever lived in my life. It's fucking surreal.
This feels like the opening to like our Big Booty Latina show. Panama, Venezuela. When does that tour? When does that tour start? Jeez.
Oh God.
Although I think we had our allies give us an okay on the Panama. I think this was a little different.
Yes.
Than
yes.
that.
Very much so. Yeah. Let's not dig into that. My God, there's such a fucking rabbit hole. Anyway. Well,
speaking of NATO allies, Lieven, what are your thoughts on the new America?
You keep surprising me, I must say.
Yeah,
I know, man.
Do you remember? I think
too.
6 months ago or something, we were discussing what country are they going to attack? What kind of war is America going to launch just to distract the
Epstein.
whole? Yeah, indeed.
Epstein. Yeah.
And then I think Joel suggested Iran or something else. I'm not sure. I don't think we came up with Venezuela.
No, I don't think we did.
No.
I think it was a safe bet, Venezuela.
I don't think we did. I think we thought that Venezuela would definitely acquiesce and do whatever the fuck we wanted them to in the first place, so where there's no reason to actually go in. I digress. Enough geopolitics. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But one more thing.
Yes. Oh, it's a whole year of geopolitics. It's a whole year, man. Buckle up.
Predictions.
A few months ago,
man.
when Trump was saying he wanted Greenland, we were just laughing. Yeah, of course, he wants it. We're not going to sell, so no problem. Mm-hmm. But suddenly, the whole military approach doesn't seem so totally unlikely as it used to be. Just imagine if he does something like that.
I think we're going to make a deal Europe can't refuse. I think that's what's coming for that.
I don't think so.
I don't think we like the deal.
We'll see. I don't know.
I don't think so.
We'll see. Follow the money.
Anyway.
How were the holidays, everybody?
Just
good.
Breathe.
What Swiss mountain ridge did Lieven ski behind, or what Icelandic hot springs did he relax in over the holidays?
Nothing yet. We're going skiing within 2 weeks, but with House of HR, by the way. We're just taking some colleagues. Yeah,
very nice.
But no, this holidays, Christmas is something we spend at home mostly.
Yeah. So, did we ever figure out what happened in Switzerland in the Alps with the ski resort that burned down?
That's terrible. Did it make the American news? Yeah, probably. I guess so.
Oh yeah,
40 young people died. It was awful. People between 14 and 17, 18 years old mostly.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Wow.
And just because if we don't think social media is a problem, like everyone filming the fire as they're getting like I saw I don't
do
mean to
something.
Laugh, but like there was a cartoon I saw with the Titanic sinking and all the people in the ocean with phones watching the Titanic, like filming the Titanic sink. We've lost our minds.
It's something like that
as a species.
Apropos.
But those people didn't realize how bad it was. It was just like a strip of foam on the ceiling catching fire, and it was spreading a bit. So people didn't realize how fast it would go wrong. But
amazing.
Yeah, it's awful.
Unfortunate, and wow. That's horrible.
Well,
anyway,
Chad's coming to the continent permanently, Lieven. Are you guys prepared for that? Speaking of out of control fires.
Yeah.
Speaking of dumpster fires, Chad's coming to town, everybody.
Yeah.
Here at the Chad G's podcast, one thing that we love is obviously you watching, but also like and subscribe.
We have the meat.
Oh, shit.
It's going to be a long year. It's going to be a long year. I feel like
it's going to be a great year, my friend.
Enough already. Should we talk about free stuff? Maybe that'll make me feel a little bit better.
Makes me feel better. I like free stuff.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Stephen McGrath. And I'm here to tell you all about how you can
make you feel better about 2026.
From ChatGPT.com. Now, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here topless.
I am.
And the answer is really simple. Because I've not grabbed my free t-shirt from Earnapp at ChatGPT.com yet. Let me fix that. Right, that's better. So I'm sporting a slightly vintage model here, but of course there are new and updated designs every year. And those are super soft, breathable, and some might even say huggable.
I would.
Now, what else can you get? Of course, you can get some craft beer. It's not just any regular rubbish beer. That's craft beer brought to you by the data geeks at Aspen Tech Labs. And if you're not into beer too much, then... 2 seconds. I'm just going to get that. Then, of course, you can always go for chicken cock, baby. 2 bottles of chicken cock from the good old people at Van Hat. Now, you're not going to get any of this stuff unless you go to chadcheese.com/free and try and get yours today.
Speaking of invasions, the Scots are coming to America for the World Cup.
Welcome to all things Scottish. Our slogan is,
they let them in.
Scottish, it's crap!
If they let
I don't
them
think
in.
we have a choice. I hope the bars in New York and Boston and elsewhere are prepared for the Scottish invasion.
Okay. Going to Braveheart their ways in. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, soccer overtook baseball in America as in popularity, which I found interesting. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me as a parent of young kids because soccer's hot.
In soccer is hot, in the U.S., European football. Mainly CTE has done that for most of the population. They don't want their kids' heads bashed in. They don't want brain damage. So what do? Go play soccer. Go play American football, right?
And the uniforms are way cooler uniforms too. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Baseball uniforms are not very sexy at all.
No.
Not nearly as sexy as American football.
Yes.
Which brings us to the season's end of fantasy football with Chad and Cheese, sponsored by our friends at Factory Fix. Well, we have a champion, Chad. It's not you or me. It's Mackenzie Matt Dog Maitland.
Yes.
Defeated Courtney Napo. Napo had only lost 2 games. I thought it was going to be a total steamroll in the playoffs, but Mad Dog was not to be deterred, not daunted, came up with the big win. So she has a championship chain coming her way soon. She should be on the lookout for that. And LinkedIn should be warned that picture is coming. As always, I love our fantasy football seasons.
Amen.
I hope Factory Fix comes back for another season next year. And I don't know, maybe Lieven will put his hat in the name in the hat to play next year. I don't know. Are you a big NFL fan, Lieven? Watch a lot of Patriots and Bills games?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah. Stephen McGrath, who really represented well this year.
Yep.
He did a very good job. I beat him in the playoffs, but he finished sixth. So we have 12 teams. He finished sixth. He did a really, really good job. And it was funny because we've been chatting the entire season over WhatsApp. And he's really, I don't want to say he's gotten addicted, but he loves NFL football now. He actually bought a Bills coat. I think it was like this week. So anyway, that must be his new team. Yes.
I mean, look, it was a historic season. We had our first female winner.
Yeah.
Steven finished higher than any other international player. And we had our first winless player. Jeremy, no wins whatsoever.
Come on, Jeremy.
There were a lot of firsts, but a lot of embarrassing moments, and that was at the top of the list.
In fact, it would be a very interesting experiment to let me participate and see how much luck could bring me, because I have no idea what this is about. I've never seen a game in my life. I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure I can beat you using AI.
You almost have to try to lose every freaking game. And have a roster, have a full roster. Now you can empty the team, but if you have actual players, it's pretty tough. But Jeremy, damn it, you did it. You did it, buddy. You did it.
Congrats.
You did it. All right, let's get to, this is our most popular show of the year. This is our,
everybody loves predictions.
This is our shout out, or this is our prediction show.
Topics!
In lieu of topics, I guess we're going to review our 2025 home run list of predictions that we had.
Yeah. So the very first one is somber, because one of the biggest fans of the show, Matt Lavery, was our very first prediction. For all the fans that are out there, Matt actually he passed away earlier or last year. And we missed the hell out of him, but he still carries on with the Chad and Cheese tradition. I'm
rooting for the Bears this weekend in honor of Matt Lavery.
Yes. So his prediction was companies hiring in the hourly and entry level areas will feel pain in 2025. And feeling pain means there's not enough people to fill the roles, especially with the current administration stance on immigration, which seemed, and it sounded smart, but even an industry genius like Matt, God rest his soul, couldn't foretell the shitstorm that was happening in 2025. There was an entry level problem, but it wasn't on the supply side. So this from CNBC, quote, some 76% of employers reported hiring the same amount or fewer entry-level employees in 2025 than in 2024, according to the Cengage report. Their reasoning for less robust hiring were due to a tightening labor market, the rise of AI, and a broader economic pressure like inflation and new tariff policies. So yes, it wasn't just immigration. It was so many different daggers that were actually thrown into the economic system. Unfortunately, that was a no-go on Matt. So he got it wrong because he didn't foresee all the shit that was going to happen on top of the immigration problem.
What I remember him is his Clubber Lang quote of pain in terms of predicting what's coming. Yeah. But see, he did predict pain correctly. We were all in a lot of pain last year. What's next?
He did. Emi Beredugo. You see Emi on the show very regularly, and you'll see her in 2026. She predicted that TikTok will not get banned in the U.S., and she was right. So did she get an applause or something? Do we have some sound effects? What's going on? So good one on Emi. Go figure.
She's always the smartest one on the show, I'll tell you. That Emi. That Emi B.
Next, we had Lars Schmidt. Everybody knows Lars. His prediction was there would be a return to in-person interviewing. And here's what Google Gemini had to say. In 2025, there has been a notable recalibration toward in-person interviewing, primarily in a defensive measure against candidates using AI to cheat during virtual assessments. However, companies are not moving away from automation entirely. Instead, they're adopting a hybrid model that uses AI for initial screening and in-person meetings for final evaluation. So I'd say Lars got it partially right. What do you think?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Thoughts? Anyone? What's happening at House of HR? What do you guys?
I mean, he was right. Doing? He was totally right in that. Look, people are assholes, and they're going to try to game the system and automation and AI. Yeah. Like he was totally right that more and more companies are having face-to-face interviews to make sure that people are human. But yeah, people aren't. There's got to be a balance of automation and humans. So like the final, we haven't quite figured that out yet as an industry. But I feel like that was sort of on the border of being correct. What do you think, Lieven?
At House of HR, we don't really care about people trying to cheat their way into an application. We're more, for us, the big problem is people using AI. They tell us in perfect Dutch that they don't speak Dutch. That's annoying. When you need someone talking Dutch and they're applying, but they live in Islamabad in Pakistan or whatever, but they apply in perfect Dutch and they have 7 pages of prosa and you need to check, but he's never been in Belgium. Why would he be able to speak Dutch? But you can't figure it out because it seems legit. So that's a problem. We're going to need AI to defend ourselves from their AI. Because companies like lazyapply.com, one push on a button and you apply 76 times with 76 different versions of a resume. This is problematic.
He's probably right. It's robots interviewing robots, and the pay model, which we may get into in the show, is going to be pay per hire. You don't pay for clicks. You don't pay for applicants.
It's not per hire. It's never going to be per hire. That's bullshit. I think we start talking about per hire. I mean, that's a staffing model and it's traditional and it's not evolving anything, right? It's not innovation. But I think it's important to understand that it's going to be really hard to paint these types of topics with such a broad brush. And it goes back to the kind of like the conversation on culture. Do all companies have the same culture? No. Will all companies move away from the scale of automation back to in-person, interviewing? No, especially when companies like Zoom, who have a 55% market share in video conferencing, buy a company like BrideHire that will make it easier for all companies, especially SMBs, to use Zoom for interviews. So also, to Gemini's hybrid comment, you will see so many companies on the lower level for positions, like entry-level positions, it'll become more automated. And then as jobs become more complex and senior level, the hybrid model is going to come into play. So I think we've got to move away from these broad brushstrokes because we're going to be wrong every time. We've got to think about like frontline versus, X, Y, and Z, different types of companies, manufacturing companies, whatnot. Yeah. Okay.
Another one.
So Rebecca Volpano, listener of the show, she said that 2025 is going to be the year of the robot. Gemini says, the robot says, in 2025, companies significantly increase their automation of the hiring process while simultaneously shifting more final round evaluations to in-person meetings, which is what we said before, to combat the AI-assisted cheating candidates. So she was right. That's a big applause for her.
All right.
And I think it goes back to the hybridization conversation. Not to mention, if you take a look at the movement of SAP picking up SmartRecruiters, why'd they do that? Why did Workday pick up Paradox, right? Why are these big systems doing that? Because there's going to be more robots in the system. I mean, that's just going to happen. Yeah. Next, we have Sean Baer, the CEO of Fountain, who said 20%. This is a big swing. Okay.
I like big swings.
This is a big swing.
I don't like these gray predictions.
Oh my God. 20%. 20% of Fortune 500 companies moved to fully autonomous AI frontline hiring. Now, he was in the frontline hiring, but 20% of Fortune 500 is moving that way. Gemini says in 2025, there was no reported instance of a Fortune 500 company going fully automated, right? So that's not the case. But I do think fully autonomous it's right now it's a step too far, but I think we're going to get there.
This is one of those that hasn't happened yet, because Amazon basically told us we hate people, and we're going full.
You're not going to fall for the banana
robot.
in the tailpipe.
It's going to happen. Just too early, Sean.
Too early, Sean. As always, he's always ahead of the curve. Sean is always ahead of the curve.
He's ahead of the curve. So, Lieven, House of HR, obviously, you guys deal with people and transactions on a daily basis. You don't want to get rid of people, but you want to make it more efficient. How long do you think it's going to take for House of HR possibly to go fully autonomous with regard to like entry level hiring?
And with fully autonomous, you mean like a single person AI driven temping agency, something like that? Fully autonomous.
Yeah. Yep. Fully autonomous. And the person starts, right? Somebody applies. They go through the entire process, onboarded, show up on day one.
Yep.
I think we're already experimenting with it. This is something we're actually
a lot are
trying out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Europe, you have the European AI Act, which states that there should always be a human in the loop. I think we could automate everything from A to Z, but the main decisions have to be made by humans. So who is getting a job and who's not,
right?
This has to be made by a human. And you have to even argument why and why not. But all the other stuff can be automated.
Lieven, we're hearing news here in the States is talking about Europe deregulating or relaxing regulations in lieu of innovation. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Europe is going to sort of loosen up the restrictions on technology, or do you think they'll continue to hold down?
We are loosening up already, and I think that's the only good effect from Trump we are getting over here. We actually feel we need a level playing field, and if we don't loosen up, we'll just shoot ourselves in the foot. So, and I'm happy about that, because I think we should be self-regulating. We don't need too many rules. We'll just try to figure it out how it's.
Well, you'll probably come up with a nice balance.
I guess
you won't go too far one way or the other, but I think it probably has stifled innovation to a degree in Europe.
Yeah, but we'll never be as, if you can call it, free as an open market. It will still be regulated, but less strict, I hope.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you take a look at China, who was behind just because they didn't have the GPUs. They couldn't process the data as fast, and they caught up pretty fast. So I think, this whole behind thing is more fear that the big AI companies, because they want more money, they need billions of money. They want open, they want no regulations, they want no guardrails. I think to me it's total bullshit. But we'll see. Well, it's the story still has not, the final chapter has not been written on that.
Just one stupid example: the Apple AirPods. It's called AirPod, right?
AirPods.
AirPod, yeah. And they allow for simultaneous translation, but not in Europe because of GDPR. So we're not allowed to use them, but it would be very useful in Europe because of all those languages. So that's what I mean with it's sometimes regulation is counterproductive and it stops innovation because something just is not allowed and we could use it. And this is getting better now. I think politicians are feeling we shouldn't lag behind. We should follow the others, but in a more ethical way, I think, sometimes.
No fun.
I mean, the U.S. is going the exact opposite direction. We have the federal government saying no state regulations, no like local. I mean,
no
it's going to be
it's
going to be Wild West around AI, and which will impact our industry because really the local and state have been the only sort of guardrails around AI solutions and hiring. So it could be pretty messy if
at least
states
another
can't
30
make
years
any laws.
That's not a prediction for 2026. Messy.
Okay, so next one, guest prediction from Tim Meehan. He's got a couple of them. They kind of combine. Number one, we'll continue to treat our candidates like shit, and he's talking about talent acquisition professionals. And number two, talent acquisition will continue to be unqualified and unable to make the business case for change to the C-suite, which reflects back to number one. That's why they can't get the money to actually get better systems so that the candidates feel like they're actually being engaged and treated right. So that one is incredibly hard to quantify, although after the amount of seasons that we've done with the AI sessions, we're starting to see many companies, they understand that and they're starting to take small swaths out of the process, and they're starting to automate that. And from a paradox standpoint, and also we heard this from SmartRecruiters, Lynn over at SmartRecruiters, it was scheduling, because scheduling sucks. Nobody wants to do scheduling. Nobody wants to manage scheduling for interviews. And to be able to automate that, a lot of companies did that and they saved millions of dollars. They were able to just GM alone. They were able to take, it was over 120 people that were just scheduling and redistribute them out to the workforce to other areas. So I believe it's happening. I'm not going to give him he lost it, he didn't lose it, or he got it, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good
the first
day,
one was
Tim.
The first one was Captain Obvious territory. I forget what you even said, but yeah. That's what went through.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. We'll jump into this one. We've got so many. JT, our friend JT O'Donnell on the show JT. So many times. And more to come. She said video replaces the resume star, pretty much. Video replaces the resume. Gemini said, no, video did not replace the traditional resume in 2025. While video resumes and introductions became a prominent trend, they function primarily as a supplement to the traditional application process rather than a replacement. I believe with automation and better platforms that video will play a part, but especially in our very slow moving industry, that's not going to happen overnight. It's just not.
No. And that may be another JT's ahead of the curve on that one. Way ahead of the curve on that one.
But to be honest, video just takes too long. If you have to watch 30 seconds of someone introducing himself, it takes far too long. I don't like videos.
Yeah, I think from a resume standpoint, it's not going to be videos. I mean, I think videos are going to be good for possibly interviewing, pre-screening. They're going to be reasons for them. But on the front end, it makes it too slow. You're 100% right. It's just there's too much friction there for a human to actually go through that process. We don't need it. But again, from a broad stroke standpoint, there might be like executive level or senior managers or something of that nature. There might be video instituted just because they want to be able to see how that person carries themselves.
I agree. Video's been a promise that has not happened for 25 years. We've been talking about it.
Yeah. And the last 2025 prediction was from our friend Stephen McGrath. And he was in a shower. Go figure when he did this one. So his prediction was Copilot will be implemented into every part of your business. And that's a big no. That was a big swing. We like big swings. as we'd said. And yes, copilots have been embraced in a very formal way, but not in all departments. And if you take a look at just the Fortune 500, for the most part, it's not been formalized in all departments. So that's a big no.
No, I even think Copilot is losing now because they had a head start because IT trusts Microsoft and Copilot is Microsoft. So we're going to work with Microsoft. But it just wasn't as good as the others. So now even big corporate companies are getting away from Copilot and introducing Gemini, which today is the best, I think.
What do you guys use at the House of HR, Lieven?
We started with Copilot, and I had lots of discussions with my great colleague Wilbert, who is the CIO, and he was promoting Microsoft because he's a CIO. And I said, yeah, but he said, Microsoft and Copilot is safe. And I said, yeah, but you're spreading false information in a safe way. Is that a good thing? Because Copilot is hallucinating so much more. So in the end, now we got along, and I think we'll try to make ChatGPT accessible to everyone. But an enterprise account on ChatGPT is bloody expensive.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, they've got to make up for the hundreds of billions, and they're not going to do it that way. I think getting away from product and just saying the industry as a whole and saying large language models are, assistants, let's just say virtual assistants. It obviously it's much more pervasive and will be in 2026 than it was in 2025. There's going to be a lot of growth into it. I use a multitude of large language models in my daily work. I see it happening. The big question is, will it be formalized? Because I know a lot of businesses, they don't want individuals within their organization just having their own individual ChatGPT or using Gemini. So do you feel like that's going to be something that is formalized and it's part of standard operating procedure? You can't use your personal, you have to use the business large language model.
Yes, and people will do whatever they want. So it will
fucking
be enforced.
Humans.
But
I'm not fucking leaving.
No, but I think it would be stupid to not allow people to use the best systems they have access to.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're changing so quickly. And then you see, again, OpenAI comes out and they come out on top. Next thing you see, as we were talking about China earlier, they were way behind. Next thing you know, DeepSeek explodes. And now Gemini. I mean, putting a lot of money into an OpenAI is one thing. But having a company like Google, who is already, I mean, they're self-sustaining. They don't need funding from all of these other areas. I mean, I think to me, they look like the winner in the end. But again, we'll see.
I mean, let's just admit the Fortune 500 are all going to use Grok. Can we just? Because Grok for Enterprise is coming in 2026. Everybody, just
porn for everybody. Porn for everybody.
Porn biker bars in every Fortune 500 business. So what are we batting, like 400 at this point? 350 maybe? We're maybe a Hall of Famer in baseball.
I don't think we're that good.
Oh, we're not that good? Okay.
I don't think we're that good.
These are painful. Let's get through these reviews.
Yes. Well, that's the end of 2025. Now it's time for 2026. So let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back.
Did we talk about our what we predicted? Did we talk about you and me?
Oh, we didn't. Oh shit, right, that's a good point. Okay. Well, this should be fairly easy. Joel,
you're number Chad's one. Creeping in on chat already.
I'm just ready.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. We didn't.
Where's a drink? Where's the beach? Your first was rippling IPOs.
You done messed up, Aaron.
That's a no.
Not a prediction, not official, but I think rippling or deal this year is their year. I know that we've given a hard time to Bozo and Deal, and they've gone through some shit, but like they've raised so much, are making so much. I think we're going to see SpaceX, Stripe, OpenAI. You're going to see a lot of IPOs, I think, this year, and it's going to be really hard for at least one of them to not say, let's go, let's do this. But anyway, yes, I was wrong for sure about rippling in 2025.
I'm wondering what they do, or if they even care about the damage that they've created to their brand, or that has been surrounding their brand. And I am very, very astonished that there hasn't been a challenger brand pop in and literally just try to steal the show. We've seen Atlas in a couple of areas.
I mean,
but
Personio got out of the U.S. Personio said we're out of here, so it must be pretty tough to make inroads. Velocity Global changed their name, which says to me that what they were doing wasn't really resonating with people. So I think it's coming down to these two. I mean, look, if drama was a reason to not go public, a lot fewer companies would be public. Let's be honest. Like, it's rarely a reason not to cash in and get some liquidity.
Crazy, freaking crazy.
My
first of last year, we had two apiece. Was European startups see massive funding?
Was it the chat?
The chat was great.
And that was no. No. European startups did not see an overall increase in funding in 2025 over 2024. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I got it wrong.
Money in 26. You think it's gonna?
No, I think 2026 is going to be worse. I think it's going to take another year. I mean, there's way too much chaos. There's too much uncertainty in the market right now for especially startups. So yeah, I mean, you're going to see some of these. The hard part is some of these VC firms, even PE.
Yep.
They have all this money and they have to spend this money, right? And it's already been a year of chaos and uncertainty. How long before the fucking dam breaks? So can they hang on another year and then 2027 just explodes? I don't know. What do you think, Lieven? What do you see in the market?
I mean, less regulation should mean maybe some more money, some more risk taking, right? Or no?
Yeah, but it's the whole global climate, which isn't very good. So people are a bit anxious to spend too much. But I do see a lot of money being invested in everything concerning AI.
Yeah.
But it's been like that for 2-3 years, I guess, now.
So slap AI on it, baby. You might get some cash.
Always.
Joel's number 2 was ZipRecruiter goes private. That's big no.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
They should have.
Oh, yeah.
They should have.
They still might. They still might. They still might.
I got another Zip. I got a Zip this year again. I can't quit Zip. I don't know why, but just a little teaser. Stick around. I got a Zip. One of my 26 involves Zip. Just so stick around.
Oh, and in my number 2, even though from a hiring standpoint, I mean, we lost 1 million jobs just in the US alone. My whole thought process was, okay, well, that's where the trend is. That's what's going to happen. Programmatic ad spending is going to go flat in 2025. I didn't think it'd take a dip. I just thought it'd go flat. Nope. The global programmatic advertising market grew from $12.33 billion in 2024 to $15.68 billion in 2025. So we still saw growth, even though the job market was incredibly chaotic. So
you got that one wrong, dude.
I got it wrong.
How about for next year? Do you think budgets continue to increase for programmatic, or flat,
yes.
or down?
I do.
Higher.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think from the standpoint of why is that we're saying, and again, this is kind of like the whole flexible magic of programmatic advertising. They can charge more, right? Not to mention they've gone from CPC for the most part. A lot of people have started to push over to CPA. We got Vonk talking about CPA. You know, it's almost like the qualified side of the house plus. So they're going to find different ways, even though demand is lower, to charge more to be able to actually meet their goals. And it's dynamic pricing. So, you know, they can pretty much charge whatever they want.
Yeah, it's Uber. Surge pricing on job postings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ubering.
So we sucked as usual in our predictions for 2025. So you can stop listening now, because everything that we say on 2026 is an absolute waste of time.
Don't you dare. It's
Although
entertaining.
my zip prediction's pretty good. You might want to stick around for that.
Okay.
All right. When we come back, we will get into those 2026 predictions with guests as well as our own stuff. Guys, if you like what you've heard, please subscribe, share, and like. It's 2026.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying.
And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're going to need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
'26 predictions on the Chad Cheese Podcast.
Here we go.
Featuring Lieven. Yes. In the dude, how European does he look? The black turtleneck, the 5 o'clock shadow, like just
sexy
poster child for coolness.
That's sexy personified right there, baby.
The blue circles below my eyes, or how do you call it?
It's very
I'd
Belgian.
say you were blushing, but the red hair hides the red face. All right, we have way fewer guests this year, right, Chad? We
yes,
a little overkill last year.
Yeah, we went crazy last year. Yeah, so I tamped it down a little bit.
Yep. So we have 4. So our friend JT wanted to chime in. Without any further ado, here's your first prediction on the Chad and Cheese Podcast for 2026.
What's up, Chad and Cheese listeners? It's JT here. So I'm going to give you my 2026 prediction in just one sentence. And that is, the executives who win this year will be the ones who learn how to scale themselves using video AI. You heard me. Let me be blunt. If you are still treating video like it's some nice to have in your career as an executive, like it's optional, you are already behind. Because here's the reality. In 2026, attention is currency and AI is the multiplier. And you need that multiplier right now, my friend. The smartest executives I know will not just post more in 2026. They will build a video system where their ideas show up everywhere without them having to be everywhere. And no, I'm not talking about you being fake. I'm talking about you being strategic. You're going to take your frameworks, your points of view, your leadership voice, and you're going to let AI help you turn all of that into content at scale. I'm talking LinkedIn clips, recruiting messages, investor updates, and even internal culture videos, all of it. Because if you don't control your narrative, someone else will. And trust me, they will not do it as well as you can. So yeah, if you're an exec and you're not leaning into video AI right now, you're basically saying, I'm cool with being invisible. And if you're also thinking, JT, this sounds like a lot of work, I need you to relax. Because this video you're watching right now just might be AI generated.
It
just might be AI.
Because it was fucking creepy at points.
Speaking of 80s, Chad, do you remember either V or the movie, I think it was Them with Roddy Piper?
Oh, yeah.
Where we're all surrounded by sort of, fake people and the invasion of the body snatchers. The whole theme of the 80s was where it's coming to fruition.
Invasion.
With AI. So her prediction is basically we're going to see a lot of slop from executives. If I had to summarize what she just said, I don't know if that's a good thing for companies or executives.
Yeah, I don't know.
But sure. I could see marketing teams getting all over it. When can we expect the Rika slop machine, Lieven? Is that coming soon? Are we going to get a lot of Rika in our TikTok feeds?
She said no.
She likes personal attention too much to be replaced by AI. She wants to do it herself, definitely.
You be you, Rika.
But we do
I love that.
We do use AI for translation from videos from Rika, for example. Yeah. So we use AI, and it saves our time, but she's actually doing the talking herself. So it's not like it's slop. It's a real thing.
We asked her about this, and here's what she said.
Get off my line, you no good punk kids.
All right, next. Come on.
All right, next up is our friend Emi B, who was right in 25. Let's see how she does in 26.
Hey, Chad and Cheese listeners, it's Emi here with my 2026 recruiting prediction. And I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, do you remember last year when I said Trump would have banned TikTok? Well, turns out I was right. So what am I saying for 2026? Well, I'm predicting that ghosting will become illegal. And no, I'm not talking about being ghosted after your last Tinder date, even though that probably should be illegal too. I'm actually talking about candidates being ghosted after they've had an interview. So no feedback, no update, just silence being against the law. Now, I know this sounds wild, but here's the thing. It's already happening. From the 1st of January 2026, Ontario will have a new anti-ghosting law to stop organisations being so shitty to candidates. And honestly, it's about time too. Candidates deserve feedback. So what does it mean in practice? Well, it means that if you're an organisation with 25 or more employees, you have to tell every single candidate who's interviewed whether they're hired, not hired, or still under consideration. And you've got 45 days to do it. Otherwise, you might be hit with a fine of up to 100,000 Canadian dollars. So I'm going to say it again. My 2026 prediction is that ghosting will be illegal, not just Ontario, but in other countries around the world too. So do you think I'm right? I guess you're going to have to keep listening to the Chad and Cheese podcast. Happy 2026, everyone. And here's wishing you a fabulous new year.
100,000 Canadian dollars, aka 10 US dollars.
I'm going to come.
No chance that happens in the U.S. Zero chance. We could give a fuck about the candidates. Europe, maybe. I'll let the European take it. Is this going to be illegal? Ghosting illegal in Europe?
No, but it should be. She's right. It should be.
Easy
just
enough.
And what should the punishment be?
From a commercial point of view, it's just stupid. So you punish yourself if you ghost a candidate.
It is stupid.
The punishment is a bad review on TripAdvisor. No, on Trustpilot, sorry.
NPS score? Yeah, I totally get it.
No naughtiness in Europe.
Naughty.
I'm going to bookmark this as a European prediction, a non-US prediction for Emi.
Yeah, why not?
Let's go to an American, Quincy, to see what our friend Quincy has in store for 2026.
Hey, Chad and Cheese listeners. My prediction for 2026 is one that I think that a lot of TA leaders are actually quietly anticipating, and I'm calling it the big reckoning. And here's what I mean. So for the last couple of years, businesses have been pouring a ton of money into tech and AI specifically for recruiting. So AI for scheduling, AI for outreach, AI for sourcing. And on paper, things have gotten a lot quicker. They're more efficient now. Dashboards look great and everybody's feeling really productive. But what's happening now is that leaders are finally asking the only question that matters, which is what are we actually getting for all of this? Because, hiring has not become meaningfully better. The candidate experience is still being questioned. Quality is still being dragged. And it turns out that AI and tech alone will never be able to replace the experience, discernment, and judgment of a good recruiter. At the same time, the core mandate for TA has always been very clear, which is to identify, hire, bring in the right people with the right skills at the right time to fill our open recs as quickly as possible. The problem, though, is that the skills that businesses need now are changing at a rate that's faster than external hiring alone can keep up with. So naturally, then the pressure shifts internal. So how can we identify and move and skill and develop the talent that we already have within an organization? Because that's the only way that businesses will be able to continue to move forward toward their 5, 10, 15-year strategies at speed. But this is where the conflict arises, because internal mobility has been historically kind of co-shared. So recruiting may own some, HR may own some, L&D may own some, and it all looks very collaborative. But the truth is that there has been no real ownership and accountability. And again, that is not scalable. So as we usher in 2026, this is where the reckoning happens, because this model is going to break. It can't take it anymore. And we're going to move from these separate organizations into a single talent organization where the team is responsible for hiring, for movement, and for development. And the TA leaders that see this coming and act quickly and appropriately will find themselves with organizations that are much larger and frankly much more influential than they are today. And those who don't won't be around much longer to argue the strategy of this, because they'll find themselves reorged right out of the way. You heard it here first.
I agree 100%. We've been talking about this for years now. Talent acquisition, talent management. Why the fuck aren't they together? It makes sense. How we quantify this is going to be a bitch. But other than that, yeah, I like it. Will it happen? We'll see.
Okay, can you summarize it for me? I kind of dozed off.
I just did. Talent management, 1 segment. Talent acquisition, 2 segments. A lot of times they cross, they don't cross. There are gaps. If there was one talent function that owned all of it, that's it. So I mean, she's literally saying that we finally merge these 2 organizations, talent management and talent acquisition, into just one talent. And that's what we should have been doing for fucking years.
Quincy is so cerebral. I can't.
She's too
smart. Yeah, she's way too smart for this show.
VP of Talent Transformation at Korn Ferry.
Korn Ferry. Yeah, that's why she works at a big company like Korn Ferry. And I'm here in my mom's basement recording a podcast.
Next. Who's next?
Which brings us to our final guest, aside from Lieven, who is a guest prediction from our friend Jason Putnam.
Hey, Joel. Hey, Chad. Our Chad and Cheese friends. Was asked to do some 2026 predictions. So I'm going to go ahead and kick us off now. AI is a big deal. So almost everyone in HR tech is talking about AI. What do we hear? How it's going to change recruiting, how it's going to change management, how it's going to change the way we lead. It's going to change the world of work. And frankly, they may be right. But a little bit, I think we're talking to ourselves sometimes. Because if we look outside of HR tech, for example, if you look according to Gartner, only 1 in 5 AI initiatives delivers real ROI, and just 1 in 50 delivers disruptive value. So let's ask ourselves why. Because we're not redesigning work. We're bolting AI onto work. And we're not actually fixing work. We're creating more noise in an already very noisy world. Meanwhile, if we look at things from a more global perspective, culture is moving in the opposite direction. Gary Vee talks about businesses built around something as simple as human connection. Because people, all of us, we're desperate for it. He's also pointing out that Gen Alpha, they're starting to unplug. Less screen time, more real life. So here's my prediction. As AI accelerates, authenticity is going to become the real currency. Face-to-face conversations, being present, sharing real opinions, showing the wins, and living in the losses together. The future of HR tech and the future of work isn't shinier. It's just going to be more human. Have a great 2026.
So I think it means our AI has to be more authentic.
That's exactly right.
Our AI needs to be more human. We need to watch an AI video of JT and not know if it's really JT or an AI, which is probably coming.
It's probably coming.
I agree. There's a need to feel more authentic.
Yes.
We mentioned shows that we were watching. I'm watching Pluribus, which I know is a popular show, but I have a theory that the show is about AI, and that I won't ruin the show, but there's a scene where the main character is left alone for a period of time. And when she finally gets to reconnect with a human being, it's obvious how much she has missed a human connection. So anyway, watch it. I won't ruin it for anybody, but I do agree. If my kids are unplugging, I don't see it. They're still on their phones all the time. Yeah. They've totally embraced all of it, and it's part of their ethos. But all right, we'll see. We'll see, Jason. And that is the end of our guest predictions. Chad, it's time for you, me, and Lieven to drop some predictions on 2026. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Lieven, are you ready?
Totally.
All right, I'm going to go first. And I like these concrete predictions. You're either right or wrong. There's no gray area. Here it is. Okay. Indeed made a big swing this year about basically wanting to own the whole damn thing. The whole like application process, owning all that. The problem they have is the disposition data, to finally like getting their hooks into ATSs and into the process. So my first prediction for 2026 is that Indeed will start acquiring ATSs. They're just going to go right to the tree, buy the house, and start getting all that disposition data without sort of an okay. And they're going to sell it to people that are already using these ATSs as an add-on, as a feature benefit, as something that's good. And 80% of them will probably just nod and say, cool, that sounds awesome. I think most likely Indeed makes a call to K1 and they say, hey, K1, how much to let go of JobVite, Jazz, etc. And K1 will be more than happy, because they're not going public anytime soon, to say, we will sell it all for the low price of whatever. And Indeed will pay it. And they may actually buy another one. They may call up Vista and say, hey, Vista, how much for iCIMS and then that portfolio? And Vista will say, well, for the low price of X, Indeed, you can have iCIMS. So they will at least buy one ATS of note. Could be Greenhouse. I think Ashby is probably in play. Ashby would be a big one if Indeed could get into there. But my prediction is to get into that disposition data, to really make sure that Indeed's business for the long term is successful. They need that data, and they will just say, fuck it, let's write checks and buy ATSs.
It'll be the fastest way to litigation that they will ever find. Not to mention rats leaving the boat. I can't imagine all the companies that are like, nope, going to another ATS right 20%, now.
20% will. I think 80% will just be like, whatever. Okay, cool.
Problem is, it's not that easy to switch from ATS. It's connected to all those systems. It takes so much time and effort. So I know they might even succeed.
What they could prospectively bargain on. It's a good
one, right? Probably, that's a good one to start. A good one. To start, right?
Very good one.
And I'm either right or wrong on that one.
Yeah, there's no gray zone. Indeed, no gray zone.
Indeed buys an ATS.
And I've got my first one, which I'm entitling "There Will Be Blood," aka massive agency consolidation. You might be asking how, especially when we just heard the global programmatic advertising market grew from $12.3 billion in 2024 to $15.6 in 2025 and is estimated to continue growing. So how in the hell is that going to happen, Chad? Why are these agencies going to die? Here's how. Indeed's pressure and commission restructuring for recruitment marketing agencies will put large groups, mainly small ad agencies, out of business. The agencies who have been depending on Indeed's partnership revenues will then be betrayed by the reorganization of commissions, paying in some instances on quote unquote only new business, setting unrealistic goals to have their privilege of receiving commissions, instituting clawbacks, plus basically just lowering commission rates, which have already started to put these agencies in a tailspin. Last but not least, Indeed is already targeting ad agency clients for direct takeover. So Indeed is drinking your fucking milkshake. Now, larger agencies who have diversified offerings will be able to recalibrate and weather the storm, but there are many other agencies who have not they've not heeded history's Trojan horse lessons and went all in on Indeed. There will be layoffs, there will be acquisitions, and there will be closures, but most will be closures, as Indeed can just wait and collect smaller agency client portfolios as the doors close. In my honest opinion, that's Indeed's plan. Apply pressure in an ununiformed fashion, different rules for different agencies, then wait for closures and scoop them up. Scoop those clients up, right? My first prediction, for 2026, there will be massive amounts of agency blood spilled in 2026 by Indeed's hand.
So not acquiring agencies, which could be also they just want to pick. They just want to scoop up the
There's no reason to acquire
the remains of those businesses. Okay. Yep. All right. We're coming in hot for 2026, kids. Let's take a quick break because I'm a little tired too. Past the eggnog, I'm still celebrating the holidays. When we get back, our friend Lieven, that's right, Lieven makes a prediction. We'll be right back.
Done. I think we'll cover speed and hiring.
Did somebody say speed? Then buckle up, boys. You're about to learn how to hire fast.
Who is that?
Vetty Betty. From Vetty, the hiring acceleration platform. Come on, man. Keep up. What's up, Betty?
Hey, Chad. Vetty makes high compliance hiring easy. Background checks, licensing verifications, and health screenings, all in one place. Real-time updates, no red tape, and no delays. Hiring managers can move fast, stay smooth, and close the deal.
So they just sit back and watch. Hell, I could watch this all day.
That's right. Relax, enjoy the view, and don't lose the hire. It's that simple. With Vetty, it's all taken care of before they can even catch their breath.
Best lesson ever.
Class dismissed, boys. Vetty. Hiring as it should be. Visit vetty.co to learn more.
All right, we are here with our 2026 predictions. Let's go to our friend in Europe. The muscles around Brussels. Lieven.
Yeah, it is I. But if you ask me, and you did, so I'm going to tell, 2026 will be the year where AI is going to be coming for blue-collar jobs. And spoiler, I already won because... And I swear, I prepared this before, but yesterday, what I was going to predict has already been launched. And it was 2026, so I won. But I'm going to tell it anyway for those people who missed it. So until now, AI has been killing mostly creative jobs. It has been killing white-collar jobs since 2022. Translator jobs are gone and copywriting jobs are gone, etc. But now we're getting physical AI, meaning you get AI with large language model capabilities in a physical environment and a humanoid robot. And this is actually something, in my opinion, almost dangerous because robots have been around since the 1950s.
Yeah.
And they had to be programmed to do a very specific job. And they only made sense for very big production companies because it was expensive to program then. It was very difficult to reprogram then. So you had to have a lot of turnover. But now you have those humanoid robots, which have the dexterity and the mobility of a human. They have the power and the endurance of a machine, and they have the knowledge and the unlimited learning capabilities of a large language model. You put this in one very mobile bot, which can do basically anything. And you can talk to the robot, you can give it an order by using plain English. So they always say English is going to be the most used programming language in the world. It's already happening. So you can just say to a robot, hey, robot number one, go check if the truck has arrived yet. And if it did, get your colleague robots and empty it. And put everything that's cold in the fridge and the other stuff, put it on the shelves. And the robot will know what you mean and it will do it. So this actually is happening right now. And I'm sure you've all seen it. The Boston Dynamics launch with Gemini. And in collaboration with Hyundai, they are going to produce 30,000 robots, which will be multifunctional. And they're going to replace humans for all kinds of blue-collar jobs, but not pre-programmed, just flexible. Some robot is sitting there, you can ask it to do something, it will do it. And this reminds me of back in the days when in Western Europe, industry was getting replaced to Eastern Europe because the labor cost in Western Europe was too high. So all those companies shut down and they reopened in Eastern Europe. And then there it became too expensive and they went to India, etc.
Yeah.
Now this is going to happen with robots because robots are basically very, very cheap. Once you bought them, and they will be costing between 30,000 and 100,000 euros for a robot. That's not a lot. And they work 24/7. That's a problem. So I say 2026, there will be bloods and blue-collar jobs. And this is going to be a start. But then we'll see it happening all over the place. Now it's just the launching year. I'm very, very pessimistic about this whole thing. But we'll see if I'm right.
Oh, your ass is out the window, boys.
Yeah, personally, I'm going to buy stock in Boston Dynamics after watching Atlas and knowing that Hyundai literally bought all of the robots that they're going to produce this year. Not to mention the military applications. That's where shit goes fucking off the rails. It goes off the rails, man. So in the thing that really was crazy, I'm going to go back to Stranger Things. The Demogorgons have this hive mind thing where they can see what all the other ones have. These guys can too, right? So it's literally, they're all networked together and they know what the other one's doing and they're learning from each other. It is fucking scary, dude.
Just through Wi-Fi. It's like telepathy, but it's Wi-Fi. I do something, I learn something, and all the others know about it, and they can do the same thing. It's amazing.
Well, and from a military application standpoint, you send one robot out to do recon. You've got hundreds that can see exactly what's happening through that. Let's say the little dog robot or something like that, something small. And you've got all these other bigger robots that literally can just descend on wherever the enemy's at.
Or those little drones.
Oh, yes.
Can just do the reckoning. And all the others see it and know it and can react. And it's agentic, crazy. So they have a certain goal and they can decide for themselves how to reach it. So they can do several things, a chain of actions to get to a goal.
Crazy.
There will be
for the record, I call Robot 1 Francesca.
Hi, puppy.
I think you have to have that personal touch.
Okay,
with
Peter.
the robots. So a little just we've been talking about self-driving cars for a long time. We've been talking about a lot of robotics forever. iRobot, who sweeps my floor at home here, just filed bankruptcy and sold to a Chinese company. So there's been a lot of talk about robotics. On the employee side, Amazon is showing you the future. Amazon is just showing you the future of what's going on with that. So I agree. But robotics, it'll be interesting. But remember the Russia robot we made fun of a few weeks ago, Chad? I mean, so not all robots are created equal. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Interesting. Is there a specific prediction there, Lieven? Like a number or X amount of company? Like, what is there specific other than just like robots are going to be a thing?
No, I kind of prefer the gray zones.
Okay, you like the gray zone. You like the gray zone. That's
it doesn't matter.
That's nothing for me.
He's already claimed victory, Joel. It doesn't matter.
He's leaving.
I know. It's my safe bet. But I'll give you another one. Just one sentence.
Okay.
Okay.
I say we'll see the first job advertisements, paid job advertisements, and large language models. And I think ChatGPT will be the first. So like Google AdWords, but in ChatGPT.
Okay.
For jobs specifically.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
2026.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Or starts taking over search. So if you take a look at not like ChatGPT, but take a look at Gemini, where I think this actually has better application. It's much faster because there's already a search engine that's there. Yeah. People are using the search engine. They start to adopt, which they have, the AI models and providing AI results. So I think you're right. I think this happens on the Gemini side before it does anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
My turn.
I'm going to come.
Give it to us, Chad.
Second and last, and we're going to talk about iCIMS again. I love it.
Didn't have that one on my bingo card.
iCIMS acquires either Veritone Hire or Vonk. So, as iCIMS sees Paradox go to Workday, SmartRecruiters go to SAP. They see two major potential. They see two major potential acquirers go off the chessboard. Why? AI and automation. iCIMS is going to have to do something dramatic. And here are two reasons they acquire either Veritone Hire or Vonk. Number one, AI. Go figure. SmartRecruiters pivoted to an AI footing in early 2025, and they were acquired by SAP around 6 months later. Did SmartRecruiters have a fully enabled AI in their platform upon the acquisition talks? No. But SAP saw a more nimble player that could pretty much be their AI recruiting skunkworks inside of SAP. iCIMS buying Veritone Hire or Vonk signals to the world they are seriously embracing AI. Point number two. getting a taste of that sweet, sweet advertising revenue. Most ATS platforms don't get a taste of recruitment marketing money, aka programmatic revenues. Remember, that is a market approaching $16 billion just last year. iCIMS opening their TAM to a very relevant and extremely profitable segment of the market just makes sense. So both Veritone Hire and Vonk are programmatic advertising platforms and the easiest path to new revenues for greater TAM. So for those two reasons, they will create a better footing to move iCIMS toward either IPO or make themselves more desirable to a possible acquirer in late 2026 or 2027. I believe Veritone Hire or Vonk is well positioned for acquisition, and iCIMS should do that.
Wow. I don't know where to begin on that one. I mean, iCIMS acquiring a private or public company in Veritone would be interesting.
Well, just Veritone Hire. They can actually, yes, so they would have just Veritone Hire.
So would that be good for the stock? I don't know, because they've sort of put a lot of eggs in that basket. I'm no analyst on Veritone, but that would be interesting. I mean, iCIMS being the acquirer is very interesting. If we asked you like what ATS is most likely to do something big, I'm not sure iCIMS would be on the list, but it's a prediction. It's a prediction. It's very exact. You're either right or wrong. It's black and white. I like it. I like it. I don't think you're right, but I like it. I like it.
Come on, iCIMS.
Notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I think both of us feel we like iCIMS. We have for a long time. Like, we hope they get their shit together, whether it's a big swing in an acquisition or not. But yeah, I think it's more likely Indeed comes to town and buys iCIMS as my first prediction outlined. All right, I guess this is it. This is the show. This is I'm the last one here. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit off the rails. Hope that's okay.
As usual.
And I mentioned ZipRecruiter. Here's my ZipRecruiter prediction. I just can't quit Zip. I can't quit Zip. ZipRecruiter, the stock, currently around $3.50, in case you aren't tracking that. Also down about 50% over the last 12 months. ZipRecruiter hits $10 a share in 2026. Why, you ask?
Yes.
Not because of fundamentals, not because hiring jacks up, not because Chad buys 1 million shares of Teldar paper and gets the stock back on track. I think it is going to be a meme stock in 2026, similar to GameStop, AMC, Open Door. I think Zip is primed to be a meme stock in 2026. It's a well-known brand, especially here in the US. There are very few retail investors that own ZipRecruiter stock, so it's primed to be disrupted by a lot of retail investors on Reddit or wherever. I think that someone targets Zip and this baby flies because it's a meme stock, not because of anything that's going on with the business. But I think it hits $10 a share next year, most prominently because it is the next meme stock that we're all talking about in 2026. Thoughts?
All the way to 10. That's so pitiful. But yeah.
Well, 350 to 10, that's a pretty big jump. That's a pretty big jump.
I'm just thinking of launch, where they came out at launch and said,
19.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's something we can look at. That's
something
we can look at.
You like it? I mean, one of the things, our friend Toby, who's crushing it on Substack. If you're not reading Toby Dayton's stuff on Substack, like, do yourself a favor and subscribe to that. Diggings. I mean, he has a piece about going into 2026, and he says, if AI blows up and it's not a thing, we're in a world recession and everyone loses their jobs anyway. If AI is right, a lot of people lose their jobs anyway. So no matter what happens with AI, We're all
people
kind of
will lose
fucked
their
this
job.
year.
Yeah.
Like
those are different people. Those are different people losing their jobs.
Well, yes.
That's a fact.
Hopefully podcasters are still around. But either way, he's got a great point. If AI works out, a lot of us are screwed. If AI doesn't work out, like we're all kind of screwed in a big way. And
so we can only hope it works out.
Yeah, and with that, happy 2026, everybody. I feel like a dad joke is probably the only thing that can keep us straight. Why did the coach go to the bank? Why did the coach go to the bank? To get his quarterback.
That was going to be a Michigan coach, and he was going to be paying his players. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's not get into the Browns coaching search either. That is Predictions 2026. We're back for another year. Chad, we out.
We out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho. Pepper Jack. Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chatcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!